So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading. Yes, but that's what makes it an achievement. It's short for paranoid. It is. Many non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer to true, hardcore life. There's just never been enough of them, and they had to rely on some extremely basic percussion. A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me? Oh wow, right on your cop ledger. You like it? Seems like my creation has found its way into the legal bureaucracy. What did you want to ask about it? Yeah, that interpretation holds. Maybe you're being too specific about it. Try consulting with your spinal cord, like before, when you pulled those primal dance moves. I'm sure the world was glad to see him again after all that time. Maybe you're being too specific about it. Try consulting with your spinal cord, so I can hear you do it. Sometimes the outside gaze helps us reflect on things. Piss off, Andre. Me and Mr. Cop are trying to discuss art. Happy to help. So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid? Right, noted, sorry. Anyway, what was it like? Cool. The ban on foulness. That's the moralist plot to alienate us from our bodily function so they can control us more fully. Anyhow, what was the sticker like? That's a pretty hardcore coincidence, don't you think? Come on. Okay then. You don't have to describe it. What did you want to know about the sticker? You know what I think? I think man, woman, and child are arbitrary divisions which serve to bind humanity to serfdom. I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for? It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away. A life is true if it's free from fear. An internal division among oneself. And others, mankind has seeds of greatness in it. A germinal will come, a return to trueness. It will be hardcore. Hey, it kinda does look like you. Surely a sign of things to come. What did you want to ask about it? The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. That's what led us astray, far from our true lives, but we may yet find a way back. Yes, having food is means to an end, but the left never talks about the end, only the means. Caps are likewise suckers, constantly sleepless in worry. Talk to Andre. No point in standing here. The signs are really out of tune. Beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods. Nerve impulses for the collective body. We are very much alike in basic structure. An hard enough beat would awaken everyone to a truer calling. In unity. They'll come in handy for fixing the church exterior. These are my consumer items and my means of production. I enjoy them. I'd have a whole lot more stuff if I had a place where I could keep that stuff. Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right. And I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race. A dead guy smiling. Utmost dedication. Thoughts from the spinal cord. It's a potent superlative as well. You're right. It's the harbinger of a new era. What would you like to know? I have all kinds of screws. Nationalism, militarism, racism, and emphasis on a leader character are totally absent in hardcore. It is cool, but it's also more than that. Much more. I suck at socialising, man. If you go speak to Andre, I'll have time to tune in, get a reading on your sign. Good. What did you want to know? He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats. Or drunk. Or in a clinical coma. Or glad to be dead. but those versions suck. Simplicity was brought to us by classical soul artist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing. Egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. He just really likes saying hardcore. Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. We all see the same smiling dead guy in a couple of X's and a circle. And a curve. The beat is the same for all. Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. There's a gathering at the Elysium. The beat is the same for all. If some want to lead and others want to be led, I think they are welcome to it. They're hardcore. See? It's already going wrong. Sign is off. Go speak to Andre. I'm just a Noid. Good call. Not exposing yourself to stuff like that. I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm. No, politics is an inert complex of daily corruption and inane think pieces. The real paradigm is economic, and it concerns pig and wheat. This is where the innovation happens. It's only a theory, but I suspect they're breeding a pig-wheat hybrid. Probably in Grad. It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves. Nothing. Animals are cool, guys. I like animals too, but that doesn't mean I have to be one myself. Correct. Precisely. The status quo doesn't need to be loved. Neither will anyone else. Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment. A reasonable question. Say I get hurt. I want to make sure it never happens again. So I analyse the situation. Exercise caution. Caution is suspicion. Oh yeah, sure thing. Really. We're all the same. Same eyes, same smiles, same death. It should be solved, but not by us. I prefer not to. Both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movement's only concern is producing enough pig and wheat for everyone. The end goal of humanity. I would much rather tell you about true life than this pathetic something else, but you are, after all, the law of the land. I can see that. And you've partied very hard for a very long time, haven't you? It looks like you're trying to hang yourself with it. So large, too. So many different patterns. It's crazy, man. I like it. Makes me want to forget you almost shot my friend. It looks like you're trying to hang yourself with it. So large, too. So many different patterns. It's crazy, man. I like it. Makes me want to forget you took all our money. Nah, it's just a vest of suspenders made to resemble a human rib cage. Plus some lady clothes to piss off the sex system. Now tell me about that hardcore necktie. It's fucking primal. They're just clothes. It's just a style, you know. Nah, these are just boring, normal, hardcore clothes. That's outlandish. It's just a style, you know. Normal, hard style. Anyone can wear it. Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural. I know, man. I was just talking about the aesthetic. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff. Most of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though. The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment. Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church. I can see that. Further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve sign synchronicity would be by getting us into the church. You heard me, huh? I see you're here again, off-sign man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help? Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. They don't call me Noid for nothing. Yo, man, what's on your mind? Sure, it took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced. You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in. That's fine, man. But I've got to warn you, our signs are still off. It'll take some time for me to get my sign on. Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority. But you really came through for the hardcore underground. Mental illness is a term that powers you to homogenise people. I think I don't reach mental illness. I am merely politically ill. A suspicious element. What's on your mind? It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more. I don't say much anything as a carpenter anymore. They tried to make me into a reckoner and a leveller. Made me a bit manic, you know. I regret the time I dedicated to that profession. And that worker collective. I say things more as a member of the hardcore side dance community these days. Dead bodies of perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total. 320 years. A little more. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it. On the coast here was one of the first things they did. Must have been really scared of something. I understand. That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it. On the coast here was one of the first things they did. Must have been really scared of something. But I understand. Alone on an uninhabited archipelago. Forced to face themselves and nature. Pre-industrial quantities of solitude. The sea. Perhaps something more fundamental. I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well. A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism, lawmongerer. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture. Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you out? Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Married shit. Virtue and tyranny. Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside. Before the sea wind took all the paint off. Hard of core. Like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white. A false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical. Good catch, art cop. The herdsmen of the Ubi Sunt Islands came here on the first boats. Their flowery version of DeLoreanism could be what we're standing in. True. The herdsmen of the Ubi Sunt Islands came here on the first boats. Their version of DeLoreanism could be what we're standing in. It never was. A 3,000-year-old regime of history, built by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false to the core. Okay, end of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it. I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, cop man? After a short while, they shuddered and went away. They had sensed that she could no longer see 'em and that she wasn't like 'em anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her body, but whatever it was that made her body live. A Sarais man who lived a long time ago, an ancient hardcore brother. This religion of history is false core. It has collapsed. A 3,000-year-old tyrannical regime of history, built and maintained by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false core. I only said unity. One word. Figures of authority always misquote you. The founding party don't give two shits about this place. Look around. They do not have enough love for the human crew to oppose anything anymore. We're on our own. But were you wrong? The founding party is okay with everything. Look around. They don't have enough love for the human crew to oppose anything anymore. We're on our own. Anodic dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And yes, I do. Only a little. All large human gatherings are narcotic. Ask any such undertaking in history, this included. Chemistry is true to its word. It's a necessity. All large human gatherings are narcotic. It's just the way of the spinal cord. The supercharged humanism that the innocentric system has been feeding us on giant city squares, that's not a drug. The sugar and wheat it feeds us is healthy. Why? You're a cop. I carry carpentry tools. The material knowledge is mega though. Guild shit. Teaches independence. Maybe they were unable to face the nature of the world. Perishing. People are always afraid of all sorts of shit. They're right to be. The world is a trap. You're entitled to your wrong opinion. Right. Andre doesn't care about the Ecclesiastes. He just wants the operation to run smoothly. And Egg is a demi-beast. You shouldn't listen to what people say. You should listen to what they are. I don't. Fucker giving me the evil eye. Well, I'm sorry. You defend her, law minion. But you said she was a war criminal. A mass murderer. What's up with that? You defend her, law minion. She was a mass murderer. What's up with that? Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass produce hundreds of billions of pigs. She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we live in, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only the Noid. What do I know? No wonder. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at ya. Not a good look for the club. I didn't know it was in here. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at ya. Not a good look for the club. Dead body, spirit entered. What is there to talk of? The mass murderer? Why? She invented the beauty you're feeling. She and her glass cutters and iconographers. You set the standard, all right. Then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers. You may be onto something, copper man. She's got those mass murdering hips. You wouldn't be the first. Millions liked her. She's got those mass murdering lips. In the true life of tomorrow, every woman will be an innocence. They will wear neon headbands and leggings, and they will glow in the dark. No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. The anodic pioneer Rietveld is not a mass murderer. He is not accused of mass murder. Likewise, no one says Jermaine Egghead or Andre are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside that suspicion. Billions of people go about not being guilty of mass murder. Just not her. Are you a commie cop? Then it's inexplicable. Whatever. Then that's why. Communism's just a bloodier humanism, if you ask me. Has her love all over it. There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here. Will do. The world spirit does not have a body. It has organs. Hardcore is an organ of the world spirit. This Arno van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief, if you ask me. An organ thief. All innocences are. Okay. I like this question, cop man. She did not live the life of a human. She lived like someone who's playing a game. The life of an operator. I like this theory of yours, cop man. This one I like. She was not human. Not really. She was an operator. Playing life like a game. That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some shit like that. Yes. Fame is a false existence. It doesn't happen inside the head. Well, they loved her. They put all their love in her and forgot all about the rest of us. The Crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place about 320 years ago as a sarcophagus. Encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla. I think that's what the Crabman is experiencing when he climbs around upstairs. Like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church, surrounding it, to contain it. I dunno. And it's not something they properly understood either, what it does. But it's what this sonar person is looking for, and trying to measure. It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those things they really can't. Anodic music will definitely contain whatever we're dealing with. And if it can't, well, maybe you can figure things out, cop man. I think we got on a good level here. The signs are syncing up well. I doubt it. I don't even think the Ubies properly understood it. What it does. But it's what this sonar person is looking for and trying to measure. I dunno. Maybe, maybe not. It's not a thing we can answer, cop man. Even I have limits. I'm a limited psi person. Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance. Not like a literal sarcophagus. I'm just being metaphorical. Like a concentric ring spreading out. The struggling villages. No. It's pretty fucking unsound if you ask me. They should have built a club for anodic music around it instead. And that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, a lot of failure has gone down around here. Hard to say, cop man. Signs in here are distinctly wild. Gonna take a while before everything's properly synced. I did get to talk to the Crabman though. Yeah, you know, the guy who lives in the rafters. Walks around upside down on the ceiling. You know, like a crab. Of course I'm sure. What? You think I'm confused? Yeah, a crab. Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic rundown of this place. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us. Talking to him, I realise that sobriety can be pretty hardcore too. I gotta respect it. Have you been listening to what Egg's been saying? Love is hardcore, man. And the mother's love is the hardest core of all. The man picks up on stuff. And he knows a lot about the church. I got a lot to learn from him. Good thing you didn't squash him. I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do. See? Our signs are way off. I can already tell this social relationship is going to take a lot of work. Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align. I'm doing what I can. So your cop ways came through again. Impressive. Let's see what you got. Didn't know cops made that kind of loot, huh? This is a brilliant piece of equipment. Maybe even too brilliant. Feels out of step with our whole operation. Thought I felt a special sign coming off this one. I'll just have egg pop in a frequency dial here, and we should be set. An ordinary white-collar transceiver joins the hardcore underground. Yeah, this should do nicely. All right, Lawfarer, we're ready to do this. I have to warn you, though, once we commit, there's no stopping until we've seen it all the way through. No pauses, no second chances. This is our shot. You got it? So any cop prep you got to do, you do it now. We'll wait if we have to. Rest of the crew has got to stay here. Can't afford to let the beat drop right as we're getting off the ground. Do what you have to do. We're not going anywhere. How should I know? It's up to everyone to know their own needs. Whatever keeps your body and soul in top working condition. Don't sweat that. Egg found something down near the waterlock. Some maniac abandoned a perfectly good power source. That explains why it was covered in cop colours. Whole thing's totaled. But lucky for us, the engine on the back is still perfectly good. I know, it's completely mental. But someone drove a perfectly good Caprice MC straight into the bay. Carriage is totaled, but luckily the engine on the back is still working. All I have to do is run a cable from the engine up the Centaur Man's Memorial. It won't last forever, but it should buy us enough time to get you synced up with a big bad. Right, that's your call then. Personally, I'm going to make sure I've got a steady supply of prep tired handy. Here, you'll like this. It's got a little straw and everything so you can slurp while you work. You can grab that amplifier, officer, and you start spooling up those cables. Maybe we can get it all in one go. Now give me an hand with these cables. It's a long walk to the roundabout. Trying to get a line with the big bad, are ya? Those are some serious frequencies you want to mess with. Yeah, alright. But if you're going to sync up with them, you're going to need a serious wave generator of your own. You understand what I'm saying? Guess it would be pretty soft core for me to say no, wouldn't it? There's an old radio relay tower at the edge of the peninsula, right where the airwaves meet the sea waves. You should go scope it out, see what kind of condition it's in. You do that, and let us know what you discover. It's like, up from here. You just go outside, and then turn up. Yeah, up. Do they not teach you about maps in cop school? Not likely. Scoped that spot a while back. It's short-wave stuff, mostly commercial. Plus, it's all rusted out. Yeah, maybe. Tech-wise, radio's not the spookiest thing around. Our part's finding an antenna big enough to align with those mega-low frequencies. This is a major setback. We're going to have to find some other way to generate those mega-long waves. Not likely to work. This old church is made from pine wood. They don't make too many pine wood antennas. Nah, it won't be. There can't be a first to something that can't be. What? Are you some kind of aquatic cop now? No way I'm getting on a boat owned by the wild pines. Everything about them gives off a real shadowy sign. If that's the case though, not sure I want to get mixed up in your patron's boat business. Ah, I get it. You're a gigolo cop then. Makes sense. You want to get the union in on this plan? Is that a good idea? I don't trust the fat man. Gives off an hardcore worm sign. Real manipulative if you ask me. Didn't think so. You gotta watch out for those guys. Give off a real hostile sign if you ask me. Underground? Ah. That would be pretty hardcore. Egg makes a good point. An underground antenna's probably not the best way to contact your aerostatic. Centaur Man is made of metal. With the right gear, we could make it work. Huh? Sounds like Egg saying you could use some of the spare cables to rig up the stalled motor lorries and increase the wavelength, which would pretty much make the old roundabout one giant antenna. It's going to be the most hardcore antenna in Martinez, and probably all of Revachol West. Pretty hardcore. Maybe it would be better to go with something more positive. You're really going about this the wrong way then. The details are the best part. You're a lawman. Don't you get to decide what's legal and what isn't? Probably the biggest antenna in all of Revershire West. He's right. All we're missing now is the transceiver itself. Soon as you find one, we'll be all set. Can't do it. We just got this place set up. Can't go risking Egg's most important equipment. I don't know. Buy one? Steal one? I don't know your cop ways. While you're gone, me and Egg will get the rest of the gear together. Meet us back here when you got it. A cop-on-cop challenge. Not bad. Let's see what you come up with. Though I have to say, cop cars and lorries usually pack the best equipment in town. It's all transmission. A regular old transceiver should work fine. It just won't be as hardcore, you know. Well, cop man, we've repaid the favour. Guess this cements the cop-hardcore alliance. Sure, you have to say that now, but it's all right. All right, cop man. We've held up more than our share of this collaboration. I hope you recognise how much the hardcore underground came through for you. Sure, I've heard that before. I'll put this tech away later. Think there's an extra can set, in case you want to grab a souvenir or something. Don't think anyone will miss it. No need to fake it. We know you're still a cop at heart. Don't think so. Big bad frequencies are extremely negative. Fault suppression, dream implantation, memory revision. Pretty out there stuff. Not sure I want to get involved with it. Besides, our own signs aren't even synced yet. So how am I supposed to get you synced up with a big bad? It don't make any sense, law lover. Yeah, probably. Thing is, you'd have to be an engineer to get it out. I'd stick with regular radios if I were you. Some equipment from Harbour could work. Worth the legwork at least. Maybe. If you want to pay money like some kind of money lord. Yeah, pawn shop could have one. Exactly. You could buy one. You could steal one. Maybe not that big, but pretty big. You sure that's a good idea? Those are some serious frequencies you want to mess with. Like Egg said, you'll probably want to take a minute to get your gear situation sorted out. You can grab that amplifier, officer, and you start spooling up those cables. Maybe we can get it all in one go. Now give me a hand with these cables. It's a long walk to the roundabout. I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while. All right, my bad. I really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay? Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited. Threw 'em too hard. I'm sorry. Me too. I shouldn't have that kind of power over another person. I'm not the one with the violence monopoly here. You are. I'm glad that key is out of my hands now. One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it. It means like one of those rich boy private radio stations where you can listen to people getting killed on, then jerk off to it. Sick shit. Nope. Told you we have a smell problem. What's with the goddamn Romangarod earrings? It's cold. The fluids for the generator. Nosafed is the shit. It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean. You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab. It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour. Only if he promises to look into the spookers in the church. Egg means the situation is monitored. It's relatively safe. No one has died yet, but not really. Brown hair, old, heavy, dark science. We tinker with things. Art, music, chemistry. Place is a shithole. I will, lawman. Burnouts. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. I bet he's got a shitload of questions. Unity. Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew. An audio shortfall, you say? Guess what? We got speakers with massive low end. There's a good chance it can do it. At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand. What a pity. That's my favourite thing in the world. And she doesn't like it at all. For me, it was my favourite part. Chemistry's great. Besides, imagine all the drugs we could do if we had our own drug lab. No matter. Is he going to be a problem? I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it. Drugs and hypnotic music. I mean, and she doesn't like either one of them. Some people are just born retrograde. What a pity. Those are my two favourite things in the world. You crazy motherfucker. Look at you, honour man. Hell yeah. I mean, hypnotic music is great and all, but drugs, they make you feel really good. When did you last feel really, really good? Nah, but you see, no one likes drunk people. Drunk people get into fights and try to hit on everyone. Now, people on speed, however, see? But that's exactly what drugs are for. Exactly. Time to expand your mind. Pull out that stick, lawman. You'd absolutely love drugs. They'll make you feel transcendent. No, you don't get to squeeze out every drop of us and then change your mind. We're setting up the shop. It's too late to turn around now. Deal with it. It was your decision, cop man. No, you don't get to take all our money and then change your mind. No, you don't get to say one thing and then change your mind. We trusted you, cop man. We're setting up the shop. It's too late to turn around now. No, you don't get to squeeze out every drop of us after keeping us in the dark for so long. The amnesia. Why not? The crabman has ideas, Acel. Ideas from another level of consciousness. Good. We have too many opinions anyway. Like that DeLorean word for the world, you mean? Elysium. Egg's right. They could call it Nartruce if it's too long. At least it stands out from the others. It evokes something. It's victorious. It's settled then. Everyone, welcome to Revachol West. Yes, you should do it, detective. It would be good for the signs. The return. I like the sound of it. And short. And memorable. It's settled then. Everyone, welcome to the return. He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though. Please don't turn him into a communist. Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading. Unless you were thinking Revachol imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean. Yes, I think it's correct to say that. That's fucked up, man. Lying like that. And a cop too. This is a serious matter. Stop talking about fish. Fish has got nothing to do with this. We can all hear it's not hyper-hardcore. If figures of authority keep telling us things are hyper when they're clearly not, how are we ever supposed to evolve to hyperdom? But that's what everybody saw. Explain it as you please, but it doesn't really do to just deny it ever happened. Objectively, it was good for its time, and they sort of screwed it up after she passed, like they always do. Don't listen to that retrograde class warrior, Egg. Please don't turn him into an ultra-liberal. Please don't turn him into a fascist. Please don't turn him into a moralist. I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent. This is wild. The signs are off the charts. Don't listen to him. He's making shit up. There's no top secret cop audio tech. There's other top secret spying on people tech, most likely. But cops don't care about music. But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway, yeah. Maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea. Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass. Yeah, plus it's good to know your limits. Don't worry, man. I'll remember 'em. End of human development. Mission complete. Here we go again. Climb down from the equestrian monument, cop man. Consciousness is new to the universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock. He said it was for his nose. What more do you want? And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer? Get our fucking foot in the door. To get our foot in the door. You know, to get our foot in the door. Or else, no fucking way. Pack it up, Egg. Lawman, be real careful and sensible about what you're about to do. 10%. Fuck this. Take us in or kill us. We're not banned any longer. That's fair of you. Tuvashis hardcore. Pack it up, Egg. Other than squeezing every drop out of us. Other than all our money. Respectable. I'm really feeling the science right about now. Give him a moment. See? This is why you need distilled water. Give him a moment. You gotta drink water, man. Fuck yeah! I would. Has anything like this happened to you before? Like a seizure? That's not left wing, Andre. I don't think we should have that spooker adorning the club. We should board that window up, Andre. People don't want to see that woman when they're dancing. It's unhealthy. I told you, Andre. People don't want to see that woman when they're dancing. It's unhealthy. And we're not putting disco lights on it. That'll only make it worse. Yeah, glowing lungs are fucked up. We should board that window up. Bad signs, you know. Right on. She was inhuman. You've got a critical mind, cop man. Furthermore, Andre, we should board that window up. No one wants that spooky shit when they're dancing. We should board that old spooker up, Andre. It'll only disturb the people when they're trying to dance, unshackled by the failure of humanism. Ready? It's getting louder. Just plug that in there, would ya? Yeah, as ready as we're gonna be. Grab one of these can sets, both of ya. I've got it rigged so that we can all listen, but only your cop talk will broadcast. Yeah, as ready as we're gonna be. Grab one of these can sets. I've got it rigged so that we can both listen, but only your cop talk will broadcast. No idea what we're going to hear when I turn this thing on, so be prepared for anything. Trick is to keep transmitting your request until the big bad acknowledges ya. You got that? Honestly, that might be for the best. Like I said, the signs coming off this whole project are seriously uncharted. Good. We're live in 2, 1. No time. We're live in 2, 1. Don't know how much juice we've got, so we better get to it. You ready? That's your cue, Lawman. Hey, Lawman, we're waiting on ya. That's up to you. I don't know your call sign. Give it another go. So your partner's haunting himself, trying to warn him off his current path, most like. Sounds like your partner's being haunted by his past self. Or maybe he's trying to warn himself from the future, most like. I don't know much about radios. Whoa! The cop's own partner is a radio spooker. That's some other core business right there. There's no sense to it. It's just spooker talk. What? What have you gotten us into, Lawman? No telling, Lawman. You ever confirmed that he's, you know, flesh and blood? Sounds like some dark cop rituals. Don't think I want to hear any more. Could be he's your guardian spirit. Your cop daemon. Yeah. Shut your ears to the truth. That's the safest way forward. Is that what this switch does? I'll flip it now. No can do. This is it. The only way forward is the hardcore way. Straight through. Now give it another go. You just have to embrace the spookiness. Now give it another go. Sounds like the de-spooker worked. Lucky break. Now give it another go. This isn't looking good. The radio spookers are winning. Bad news. Even with the de-spooker flipped, the signal is still too weak to get down with. Don't know. If we can't get around the interference, we're in deep trouble. Hold on. I think Ed gave me some sort of checklist. Says here, main step, volume to the max. That's not too helpful. Okay, It also says, inspect connections for hardcore clarity. So let's try that. Pretty softcore to put on a performance like that in the middle of a roundabout. Oh well, no going back now.
This cop's got serious crab-like properties. Must be some sort of law crab. Good question. Maybe he's saying we're casting too wide a net. Gotta narrow our receiving band so we pick up the big bad without the spookers. It says here, muscle style. Since you're already up there, I say you should do it. Looks like it's working. Keep going. Just a bit more. Try it now. There it is. The big bad. Now be quick. I'll keep us aligned as long as I can. Huh? Sounds like that was a false move. Signal's even worse now. Probably 'cause you broke it. The thing is, trying's not enough. Now it's the results that count. Look, I'm not a blame layer. I'm just saying, things were bad, and now they're worse. I'm gonna turn all the dials to maximum. Probably gonna burn out our power supply, but that might be the only way. Try it now. This is as good as it's gonna get. I'll keep us aligned as long as I can, but this isn't a social mission. You got it? Signals are starting to misalign. Not sure how much longer I can hold them together.
Damn spookers. Can't keep 'em off our back.
No way. Big bad's coming here. Listen, no matter what happens when they get hold of you, don't you dare rat out the hardcore underground. Here they are. No use. The big bad can't hear us. Just the main cop.
Took a dark turn there. Told you we shouldn't have gone and aligned ourselves with the big bad. Gonna need some seriously hardcore ablutions to wash this shit off. Now come down here and give me an hand with this gear, would ya? Come on. My leg's starting to twitch. Means we've been here too long. About time. You grab that amp. Forget the cables. Need to leave some evidence of our antenna to inspire future generations. No use, man. Don't think he can hear you. Just radio spookers. We get 'em all the time round here. Keep trying. Keep trying. We'll get through these radio spookers eventually. Again, me neither. Just keep trying. We'll get through these radio spookers eventually. Yeah, sounds like some radio spookers, all right. That's what happens when you get down in the megalo range. You better keep trying anyway. Is that what you call those radio spookers? Didn't know they had a technical name. Either way, you gotta keep it up till we get through.
Well, what's it look like? That's not good. We should have cleaned the centaur man first. Pretty rude that we didn't.
Wow, law science comes through. Are you partying up there?
Well, what's it look like? That's not good. We should have cleaned the centaur man first. Pretty rude that we didn't.
It is. It's the time of desperate measures. He's using his party fuel to clean the connections. Huh. I don't know what to do then.
Yeah, maybe some. Not enough though. Would have hoped between that and the D-spooker engage that we'd be able to align with any frequency. But we're still just medium core at best.
Yeah, maybe it helped a little, but the overall picture is still pretty softcore at best.
Hang on, I'm looking at Egg's checklist. He says, if all fails, bend antenna. Narrow is the hardcore way. That make any sense to you? You alright up there? Wow, this is a huge leap forward for hardcore style. Good work. Nah, every bit helps. We need this antenna to be as hardcore as humanly possible.
You're getting out-tangled by the big bad. Time to try something else. My guess, you climb up the centaur, man. See if there's anything obviously interfering with them. Maybe you've got some technical law science. It's gotta be you. I'm manning the decks down here. Then there's no problem, is there? But that's what the Invalids Fund is for. So don't worry about it for now. Maybe you break an arm, maybe you break your neck. Could go either way, honestly.
Signal's weakening. I guess you've got about 2 questions left. Bad news, lawman. Signal's going down. These waves are receding. Time to let go. This is it. Final question time. I can already feel our alignment getting shaky.
About time. You grab that amp. Forget the cables. Need to leave some evidence of our antenna to inspire future generations.